let's talk a little bit about let's shift gears a little bit to 2K. Because I know that if anybody's been watching and following my channel, and even a lot of the things, the latest things that I've been writing about 2K, then they know that I have become quite taken with MyTeam. I've been playing it more this year, I think, than I ever have since the mode was released. And in doing so, I see why it's something that people really get into, but at the same token, I see also some flaws. So I know that you have recently tried to start to pick it up a little bit more, because I know you've primarily been a My Career and Pro-Am player.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, what's been going on with like your MyTeam adventures lately?
All right, so I'm brand new to the mode. I played every other mode in 2K except for MyTeam. And this was the first time I'd ever tried it, basically at all. And I really liked, like, I'm just getting into it, doing a lot of triple threat and stuff like that, unlocking packs. And even in the very early going, I can absolutely see how it hooks you guys. Yeah. That was the thing that got me. I was like, okay, I could see how I could get really into it. Because first things first, whenever you're playing any team-oriented multiplayer game, it becomes attractive to play a solo multiplayer game.
Yes.
Where your wins and losses are all about you, right? Mm-hmm. So that's attractive. But the other thing is, as a hoop head, it gets really exciting to play with certain players that you can't play with in the regular game. You know, so just unlocking something like a Jeff Hornacek, you know, or who's the one? John Barry or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, like unlocking some of these cards. Who's the one I got? It wasn't Dan Marley, but it was somebody like that, like some 3-point shooter from like the 90s that I watched a bunch. Mm-hmm. And Rex Chapman, that's what it was. I got like a mean Rex Chapman card, and it was like, oh, I know what to do with you, you know. And it's really cool. It's really cool. I'm with you. I don't like the fact that contracts are a thing.
Yes.
It just seems like and also I wanted to ask you a question, not like having played it. Do you think the MyTeam currency is necessary?
You mean MyTeam points?
Yeah.
I think it's very necessary. I think that it is the thing that keeps people who actually play MyTeam from getting like totally pissed off about like, I think it's the main thing that keeps MyTeam from being 100% pay to win. Mm-hmm. Because you don't earn any VC in MyTeam at all.
Right.
So you earn MyTeam points instead. And if they did flip it and say, well, you earn VC instead of MyTeam points, you could do that.
That's what I mean.
But I think that at that point, then now you're still going to have the same situation. And I believe it becomes actually even more play to win, because a lot of it is about the strength of your lineup. I mean, it's pretty much all about that. So if somebody can literally drop a bunch of money to get a bunch of VC to then
so they can't do that now?
They can do it now, but the counteracting in that is that you could grind and earn MyTeam points, as well as the VC that you've accumulated from maybe another mode, to somewhat counter it. I mean, you can still do it. Don't get me wrong. You do it, and there are people who do it. Like,
yeah, I know a lot of people do that.
Yeah, a lot of people who do it. But I think it's a little bit of a counter still, because I mean, I can literally turn it on and I can start playing domination if I want to sit through all those domination games. I can play the triple threat single player stuff. I can play offline by myself for a good amount of time, get my team together. If I grind it really, really hard, I talked to somebody yesterday that told me that they play MyTeam 6 hours a day. Mm-hmm. And so if you're doing that, you're going to be accumulating a lot of MyTeam points. And then on top of that, you're going to be getting a lot of cards that you don't care about. So then you have to ask yourself, how is it that you play MyTeam? Are you playing it from a completionist route, which is what I was starting to do, was because I just wanted to get every card. I wanted to see what that was like. Or are you playing it simply to put together the best my team that you can put together, which is the way most people play, right? Because they want to go online and they want to win. So if you're going that route, yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty easy not to spend.
Yeah, I feel like spending is not necessary. The reason I asked the question is because it felt like if they just gave out a fair amount of VC, it would be the same result without having the two currencies. As long as the amount was fair. Obviously, if it was a stingy amount, then they would be nickel and diming people to get them to spend money. And the MyTeam currency prevents them from doing that. But it seems like that's the only use. Is basically the MyTeam currency is policing 2K from robbing the fan base.
I mean, I think so. I think it really gives you a non-pay route towards a good team.
Right, and I feel like if they just gave you a fair amount of VC, that would do the same thing. That was just a quick question. I have one more quick question about my team. Is there a way in Triple Threat? Do you play Triple Threat?
I play every piece of it. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a way in Triple Threat to call any kind of plays and organize your guys?
You know, I don't think so. I try, but and what's so funny is, and the reason why I say I don't think so is because I play with Play Vision on, right? So there are times when you come up the court, there will be something on the court that the markers on the court that you see with Play Vision trying to set up and start a play. But when you go there or you try to do it, it doesn't actually initiate. So from what I'm seeing, only thing that you're able to do, and if somebody in the chat knows any different or somebody watching knows any different than this, I'd appreciate the information. But from what I see, the only thing you really can do is depend on the AI for whatever 3-man sets they're running, or you can call screens and then generally the player will roll off of a screen. Here's my issue, and it's not really a big issue. Because if you play in the park as much as I have in the past couple of years, it's pretty easy to beat the AI. But the thing is, there are certain 3-man plays in general basketball, but also in park, right? Like in park, there's a whole bunch of just basic things you do and know, like your guy running to the corner and spacing the floor for the post up, that kind of thing. The 2K has a built-in 2-man game that has gotten really advanced and evolved, right? The way you can call screens, switch sides, have them dive down, bring guys up for handoffs and all that stuff. But they need a way for you to have basic formations that your guys look to establish when you get down court. Just really basic stuff like either 2 guys in the corner or double screen up top, just simple stuff like that to make that mode more what it's like at the park. Whereas right now, it's the 2-man game is fine. But whatever that third AI is doing, I just hope it's good. Right. Yeah, you know, one thing that I do find some issues with the AI in certain situations there in Triple Threat, because it's almost like the AI doesn't know who he is. You know, like, so they're not. It's almost like the tendencies are non-existent for certain players, right? So just to give you an example, you'll call for a screen. So your guard calls from a screen from the forward. So the X calls from a screen from the O, or the circle, and you use the screen and you come off the screen. And when you come off the screen, you are now free and clear to a degree, because what ended up happening was both defenders ended up some sort of way getting hooked on that same screen. So you're going free to the basket. So the third defender comes over to help, right? Now, the third defender that's coming over to help is the box. So it's the big man. So your big man might be Artis Gilmore. Your big man might be Dwight Howard or Shaq, somebody who cannot shoot, right? But instead of following behind his man as you would do as somebody who does not have an outside shot, they stay posted up at the 3-point line as if this is a good shot. And I'm like, no, that's not a good shot. You need to follow. And vice versa, when I have LaMarcus Aldridge, I want him to hang out 18 feet to space it out and make the AI make decisions, not to always be under the basket. Not to come under the basket, right? So it's like I said, it's almost like they're not aware of who they are. Alex Campbell is trying to say bad things about me in the chat. I think he really is trying to hurt my feelings, because I streamed the game and I had an 18-4 lead and I lost.
Oh, that
Yeah,
feels bad.
it. Part of the reason why I lost was because I was trying to win the game on a 3.
Oh,
And the triples, the 3 guys that I have are not great 3-point shooters, but they're good enough. I got the Diamond Dwayne Wade and the Diamond LeBron. So they're
oh,
good 3-point shooters,
yeah,
but
yeah,
they're
yeah.
not
You can make the shot.
fantastic. And I was missing them. And then all of a sudden, the person I was playing, who I was obviously killing, started knocking down shots. And I'm like, I want to choke him out. I want to choke him out. So yeah, but it didn't end good. I don't know, man. When I turn on the stream playing triple threat, I tend to suck. I don't know what it is.
Tag me next time you stream me some triple threat. I definitely want to see how you roll. And also part of the reason I'm even doing this is because I'm curious what it's like to be a guy who's been mostly a pro-am player.
Yeah.
The past couple of years. That's been my primary mode, and then secondary to that has been park. And obviously, my career you have to do to get your player up, unless you want to grind out there with low character, which I'm not about that.